as long as,
as I'm sitting home for the month and a half, next week I work again in Tampa, and I just came to the realization that I wasted 18 years. I just wasted 18 years of having some type of, like, issues with like how I conduct myself. You know what I mean?
Really?
I try to conduct myself with respect, and it's dumb.
You don't see it as a growing process?
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
It's fucking dumb.
You're maturing.
Dude,
you went from, like, the guy you were, because I look back at the guy I was, let's say, that many years ago, whatever.
Okay.
It ain't the same guy I am now. I mean, I laugh at the same shit. I'm the same guy, but there are certain aspects of my life that I had to, like, just kind of, and maturing sometimes is getting immature. That's, like, you could mature by getting more immature. You know what I mean? It's not I don't think you wasted your time, that's for sure.
I just feel like I did. I feel like a lot of people in this business are acute. There's a lot of prosperous people who no one respects, no one likes as a human being. Everybody thinks is a douche, but they just are prosperous.
Yeah.
And their families are prosperous.
But maybe they're
just
miserable.
Pieces of dog shit.
Maybe they're miserable.
Couldn't be more miserable than me.
All right. No, I understand that. I'm just saying the grass is always greener kind of shit.
I hate the fact that I have to look at somebody, comic buddy right now is this dude, he's diabetic too. And he's about the same age. He's going blind, and I hear cancer and all kind of shit. Jesus. So I have to look at him at the age he is, close to mine, and his situation, and go, well, I could be
there, but for the grace of God,
I have to look at his horror to feel better about I just basically, for real, I don't need a lot of money. I basically am getting sick of, this sounds like a fucking crazy rant, I'm getting sick of bitches having opinions, and that's all I get to see is fat black bitches, old white bitches, dykes.
All over your TV.
I'm watching Tyler Perry. His biggest character is Medea.
Yeah, Medea.
And I'm like, well, you know what? To be a fucking man, you have to dress as a bitch and act sassy,
right? To
be able to be a sassy motherfucker.
Sassy fucking, I'm going to show you kind of thing. He's got to dress like a bitch.
I just want to do all this.
You're never going to dress like a bitch.
I've dressed like a bitch before. Look.
When did you dress like a bitch?
In a movie called In the Cut, they had me dressed as a transsexual pimp doorman.
I think I saw that. Yeah.
Is this clip online?
It probably is.
Is this clip?
I saw that.
I don't remember.
And
this
it was
one.
done. It was the lady that did the piano. So, what's her name that did the piano? The director.
Oh shit! Huh?
Anyway, she's one of those directors. She was like the Daniel Day-Lewis of directors. She would direct something every 16 years and then get an Oscar. Yeah. So I went in and read for this part. I go, fucking my career. Bye-ho! I'm playing a faggot. This is it. Retards or a fucking transsexual doorman, nigga? I'm in. With Meg Ryan and Mark Ruffalo?
You're in.
Where do I sign up, right?
Right. So I'm just sitting there and I look at that and go, I'm just a big faggot for no reason because I tried to do the tap dance to get something that I really don't know what I want. But now I know what I want, and I really don't need a lot of money from what I want. I really just want to sit down and have an opinion about anything. That's why this is an enjoyable place to come.
Yeah, you
just fucking say what the fuck you want.
Hope for the best.
But the game is very. For a month and a half, I didn't miss comedy.
All right, let me go to Lady Trucker.
Really?
Lady Trucker's going to summarize what you're saying here.
Oh, sure.
Patrice, I'd like to welcome you to Midlife Crisis.
Is it a midlife crisis thing, Patrice?
I don't know what. The only context I have for midlife crisis is like a white dude who buys
who buys Uzis,
who buys
Uzis,
small cars,
sports cars and Uzis.
I'm not sure I'm having a midlife crisis. I'm really not positively sure of that. I can't say I'm not because I don't know the rules of a midlife crisis. But again, I'm 40. To white guys, that's fucking teenage years. Y'all start having families at 56.
Right. For a black guy, though, 40s.
For a black guy, that might be a midlife crisis.
Getting up there, 40.
You know, if I feel a tingling in my pinky, I'm like, oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord.
And I go, am I going to just die in here? Like, I went to eat. This is what I did over the whole thing. You know, I was into being a vegan for a minute. I started eating fish, and here and there, I just needed it. I was starting to suffer. Because some of the stuff you have to substitute for meat is worse than meat, you know? It's just annoying.
But soy fucking...
But meat is a terrible thing. It's just, then you start reading about what they put in food. It's all fucked up. So, anyway, I went to a raw thing.
Restaurant?
A restaurant where they just, everything's raw.
Right.
And I had, I said, yeah, I'm going to open my mind to this. Sat down, had raw lasagna.
What?
Exactly.
How do you have
What's
that?
raw?
Dude.
How do they make raw lasagna? I understand.
It was out of...
other dishes, but... You have to cook lasagna.
You don't.
What, are the noodles crunchy?
Well, I had a delicious meal of spaghetti. Raw spaghetti. Made out of, guess what they use spaghetti as?
Squash.
I know, squash.
That they
Hold
shaved
on.
in
Now you
spaghetti.
guys shut up for a minute. Me and Ann had a squash dinner once from our exes.
Our exes got together and said, we're going to make you dinner. You guys are going to come home from work. Make sure you come to the house because we got a surprise for you guys. So me and Hope, we're run out of work.
We're thinking about the best piece of steak or something
I'm thinking
nice.
Of steak or, something really cool.
Nice bottle of wine, something hearty. It's fucking
great.
winter in Boston.
We get over the house, and both of the girls had just made squash spaghetti. And they're like, here you go. And we're like, what is it? We're not saying. We're not saying try it. Just eat it. I ate this, and I was like, this.
We didn't even eat it, Ann.
I took like a bite.
Tried it.
And
it was
said,
disgusting.
This sucks a dick.
I could say to this day, worst meal ever.
Horrid.
And then they're all pissed off because we're not enjoying
now
their
they're
stupid
mad at
squash
us.
fucking dinner. Squash spaghetti dinner.
I think we went out to the bar right after that.
And got pizza.
Like, fuck you. Pizza and a beer.
And they were motherfuckering us. Like, well, then don't make us fucking squash
Throwing away
spaghetti.
that squash spaghetti.
I think the dog didn't even eat it, Aunt.
No.
We used to kick under the table.
My buddy I went with, he's really a health nut now, and he's just into working out, which is fine. And I was open to it. And
Did you try? What did you think?
I go, you know what? I said, I'm not going to even fool myself to him. He goes, man, let's do this for 5 days. I said, no. I go, this is, unless they can fucking guarantee me immortality. If I live forever, I'll eat raw food. If you can guarantee me I'll never die like Dracula. But if you say I'm going to die at 70, you know what? Fuck you. I'm not going to fucking suffer through this. Because the raw lasagna, here's how you eat raw food. You always compare it to real food.
Yeah. Visually, you're excited. Your brain's like, fuck, this is lasagna.
They make it out of zucchini, bananas, fried, like the plantains. They have macadamia cheese, and this is how they make the cheese.
Jesus Christ. This sounds fucking horrible.
Macadamia.
Don't make it look like cheese and
raw food cheese. And look, man, some people eat raw. And look, raw food keep you alive. That shit, that really does help you live.
You do feel better when you eat some
really
of that raw
do.
shit.
You do. But you made the cheese, they put it in a blender with some shit, and they make it into a paste.
It didn't taste like cheese, did
it? And then they put it into a dehydrator. And it takes 2 days or a day for all of the. It's like I have to plan my shitty raw meal 2 days from now.
2 days.
Like 2 days, I gotta start going. Oh shit! I better make my goddamn macadamia nut cheese
because I'm gonna really want that in 2 days.
And every bite is like, whoa, this is raw. Tastes just like some shit I really want to eat, but this is not what I want to eat. Like it just. Yeah. So my point is, for a month and a half, you're sitting around determining what you really are. Just from that's what I do every year, and I determine.
You reflect at the end of every year. That's why I said I think everyone goes through that around Christmas and New Year's, and then that's why I'm glad when January 1st is here. It's like, all right, enough of that fucking reflecting shit.
Another thing that scared me was 3 things that happened to me. I realized I'm unfriendly. One thing, I'm not going to fucking eat raw food. And 2009 scared me. I was scared for the first time ever. is that the year went by
too fast,
and I lived it. Meaning, I'm here today. I'm thinking of September right now. And September will be here. Meaning, usually at the end of the year, you go, whoa! I remember every story, every second. I remember when it happened. I saw that was in February. Meaning I lived day by day, the 365 days of 2009, and it went by fast. Do you understand what I'm fucking saying? Meaning,
it's a midlife crisis.
My life is
I don't need any more.
around.
I don't need any more info. You got that midlife crisis.
Is it really?
Bug. Yeah.
Fucking, I remember January 1st in Vinny's shitty room on New Year's Eve, man.
Here's what happens. You
got to get an Uzi.
When you're young,
I got a record.
When you're young, you're waiting for things. When you're a young guy, you're waiting for things. You're constantly looking forward, especially when you're a kid. You're looking forward to Christmas. You're looking forward to your birthday. You're looking forward to summer vacation. When you look forward to things, it takes
can't move
forever.
fast enough, right?
It takes forever. Now, when you get older, you're putting shit off. You got bills. You got bitches. You got all kinds of shit that you don't want to happen. So it fucking creeps up on you so quickly that time seems to fucking shoot right by. And then before you know it, that was 3 years ago? What? Huh?
Yeah, you're right.
It is.
Supposedly you get...
That's why we gotta play Kick the Can. Kick the Can.
There you go. Supposedly, though, you get over this whole midlife crisis bug, and then you just move on with your life.
I just don't want to die.
It could last a couple years.
Before I really put a foot in somebody's ass that means something.
Yeah, you want to kind of make a mark? What do you want, a legacy or something?
I don't think of those things. I don't even think of wills. I didn't think of none of that shit.
Who gives a shit about the will thing?
Well, you know.
They'll figure it out after we're gone.
I want to leave my Jersey City condo to my girl.
Yeah, the government will take the whole fucking thing.
I like to leave my mother's shitty dying poinsettia bush.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, your mom got
to my neighbor.
Your mom got you a poinsettia.
It's just dying.
Worst plant ever.
I fucking water it every day. And they just, the leaves, I was so depressed. This is just dead leaves all on my table. I won't move. And they just...
Wow. Dude, if you saw it, the year really nails you up the ass, doesn't it?
If you saw the poinsettia growing in your backyard, you would just chop it down thinking it's a weed.
It's the worst.
Why the fuck are we buying these things?
My mother wanted me to have a Christmas spirit so bad when she came to visit. I said, Mom, just stop forcing... Like, my mother just now got happy because she's in her 60s, so she's trying to change. But she's miserable, too. Like, it's in my blood. I'm just surrounded by misery. My girl's miserable. We had a long talk about how miserable she is. And
really?
And how, because we was in the store. She had to buy the Wii for her daughter for Christmas, of course. So we in the store. And it's just, I will say, I have to say this. Just white people are just nicer. You're not better people, but just on the bullshit. Just regular bullshit.
Yeah.
Nicer. Just nice people. And then two white people were trying to help her with this Wii thing. And she's like, what's nunchucks? She just says it out loud in the store. What's these nunchucks? And this guy who doesn't work there.
Doing that.
Just with
what's these nunchucks?
Yeah, what's Wii nunchucks? And just standing there, some guy that didn't even work there is like, oh, this is this. And why is one black and the other one not black? And he just was helping as if he worked here. And she just went, oh. Then she gets up to the counter and the white girl goes, I hear you're buying the Wii. You know that the Mario is great for the Wii. And my girl just looks at it and just, thanks. So we're in a car and I'm looking out the window and I'm just reflecting on us.
Holy
and she goes, you know what? I don't think you like me. I go, so what, right? But she goes,
what she was looking for.
But she goes, I think you really don't like me. And I just go, you're not likable. And she goes, sometimes I feel so lonely. I go, because you're miserable. You're not a friendly person. We didn't meet under friendly conditions. Me and my girl didn't meet like at the fucking bar. Like, hi,
having a good time.
I met her at a voiceover at a Spike Lee at the 25th hour at a voiceover, and I thought she was a cunt when I said, this is a cunt. I hate this bitch.
Yeah.
And when we met, we didn't have no fucking courtship, but then we just ended up together. And a lot of times right now, because we've been together so long, we have square people conversations that I have to close my eyes and look back and go, wait a minute, we didn't have no fucking love affair, bitch. Like, I hated you. And there's parts of you I still hate, but I got to know. I'm the same way. I'm one of those people like, once you get to know Patrice, I'm not a fucking good guy right away. I'm a great guy after
a while,
after years.
After
I'll say years. I think I can talk.
Patrice has to age like fucking wine or Jack Daniels in a cask or some shit.
Over the years, how long have you been doing the show for real?
Jesus,
10 years?
Before y'all, a little bit before you left NEW.
So 2000, you probably started in 2001, early 2001, I would guess. So
maybe
we've known you a long time. I would say Patrice, the most intimidating guy we've ever had on the show as a regular, easily.
Really?
Who do you put up there?
Intimidating? No.
When you first meet Patrice, holy shit, yeah. Name someone else that's more intimidating than Patrice over the years.
When we first met,
it took a while to warm up.
What? I didn't know that.
Hell fucking yeah.
Wow. No.
Now we sort of know how we all, like, all our inner workings. But at first, yeah, there was a little, like, holy shit, this guy's intense. Funny as hell, but intense.
I didn't feel
intimidating.
No, I thought it was...
Who would you put up there?
Because
then?
he was a comic, I didn't feel that way, you know? You was saying funny shit. It was like, you know... It's funny. It's not like if he was a boxer or some shit and came in, I'd be like, ew.
All right, who do you put ahead of Patrice?
As a
comedian wise, yeah. That's someone that when they first started doing the show was intimidating.
I think like DePaulo is even more intimidating because he's just
DePaulo's up there.
Because he's one of those guys.
DePaulo's up there.
Where I love Nick.
I love Nick too.
You know what?
People go, is he really like that? I go, yeah.
Yes.
You know what? Anthony might have nailed it.
Because Nick is
intense,
salty.
Oh,
because Nick, he's a victimized white guy.
Yep.
He fucking thinks the world is out to get him.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
So he has no friends.
And he's very...
you nailed it, Ant.
He's a nasty man. but I love him. I do love him. And I think he's fucking hysterical. But
Nick is a mess.
But he's nasty.
He will rip your head off. No problem.
No problem.
And that's when you're getting along with him.
Yeah.
All right. You know what, Ed? I asked you, and you came.
I think that's the one.
You came through. Well, we got Bob Kelly outside.
What?
Babu.
Nice.
We should take a break.
Like Bobby.
Taking shorter breaks today, which is nice.
But anyway, to sum it all up and say, guys, I appreciate coming on here because I think getting to scream all that stuff out.
Patrice, maybe you know, because I can relate to you, believe it or not. A lot of people probably go, no, but believe it or not, there's times where you just fucking like, this show is pretty much all I do. And then I leave, and aside from occasionally going to the range and popping off some rounds, most of my time is spent sitting on my couch, watching television in a giant empty house. So I have time to reflect and look around and go, what the fuck am I really doing? It's like I'm existing for the show, but then all the other time is waiting. Like I'm waiting for something that nothing's going to happen. I wait for the weekend, and I go, oh, the weekend's here. And then I go, why did I wait for the weekend?
There's people out there that just think that this conversation is sickening because we're in show business.
We got good spots.
But my thing is, like, if I ever argue with a plumber about whatever, I go, I didn't listen. I compare my misery to my fucking self. I made the decisions that I made.
Right.
You decided to fucking be a plumber. That's what plumbers do. I don't compare my choices to your... Because I'm not a square. This is why I respect what we do more than doctors or anything else, is because you can be a doctor if you decide to be.
True, yeah.
Like, there's just no leap of faith as a doctor. You just go, I'm going to school. That's why everybody's mother goes, yay, you're going to be a doctor. That's why my mother was like, Ma, at 22, her boy, she saw a boy become a man who still lived at the house. And my decision, my drum roll was comedian. And she went,
That is the truth.
You know what it is? There's no finish line. Like
you're still falling.
A lot of parents want the guarantee.
Like you said, a doctor.
Your kids to have a guarantee.
There's a line when all of a sudden they hand you paper after years of school and money and shit, and you step over that line and I'm a doctor. We're in this gray area of,
it could end tomorrow.
What the fuck is it?
And we made the choice.
Right.
See, that's the thing is people they're complaining about, motherfucker, this shit ain't. This complaining? Sometimes my mother I think I might get this deal and shit. And she goes, here's time for you to buckle down. I go, are you giving me fucking advice on my shit that I've done alone? You don't have a passport, Mom.
She's just...
You're not worldly. But I sit here and listen to her be a mother.
A motherly
Which is
advice.
why women have kids, just to have somebody that's forced to listen to them.
Yeah.
But we have arguments now because I don't have to listen to my mother. I go, Ma, what the fuck are you talking about? Legitimately. Not Ma, what's going on? Like, Ma... Yes, have a seat. I could just feel you drifting away. Just sit down. Your feet are swelling up. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah.
Because this business is so lonely. Because no one believes in you. When you go, I'm going to be a comic, everyone goes, it's like, you ever try to tell somebody an actual dream? Man, I fell asleep last night, man. It was a unicorn with a gun, and he had on boots. That's what you should say when you say you would go to show business. Yeah. Alone.
To you, it was like fucking, yeah.
I used to fucking go outside, right? When you first start out, you can only get a gig every 2 months. Every 2 months. And I used to go outside and just go someplace pretending I was going to do comedy, so she didn't think that this was a fiasco.
Shit.
I'm telling you. So now it's like you at this point. It's a lonely game. That's what people... Look, you know Gavin? You know Big Gavin and shit?
We love Gavin.
Man, he gets so hurt at how bad of friends we are. We're not real friends. Like, me and Bobby might talk every 6 months.
In the back there. There's Bobby.
Fucking Brando.
We used to pass Gavin off on each other like, I used to go.
Coming out.
He's a big motherfucker.
Wait a minute, that's my nigga, but Gavin couldn't understand that we're not real friends. We're lonely, lonely people, and he didn't understand that me and Bobby would talk every month. The last time me and Bobby talked, Bobby gets on the phone and goes, oh, dude, you know what? It's been 3 weeks. I haven't thought about you in 3 weeks, man. So what's going on? Like, he started out by saying, you know what's weird? I didn't even think of you in 3 weeks.
That's my line.
And I go, okay, Bobby. We picked up from a conversation we had 3 weeks ago. And then we're not going to talk again for another month and some change. That's the lifestyle.
But you can have friends like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that can relate to that.
Thing. I don't like I could imagine a daily friend like fucking Jughead and Archie, kind of everyday
just
friend.
Just around.
You'd rather be alone in your house reflecting.
I would. You know something? There are a lot of times I might be miserable, but I'd rather be alone. Like I'm just sitting there going, what am I doing? I'm flipping through the channels. I drink a little wine. I'm sitting there going like, yeah, there's no one here. And then I think of someone being there, and I go, ugh. Yeah. Like, I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to fucking talk.
It's easier to be alone.
I'm alone.
It really is.
But I don't want to talk to anybody.
That's what my woman doesn't understand. She thinks I hate her. You don't understand, sweetie. My loneliness is so important to me. And don't try to help me not be lonely.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like anybody right now. I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to see anybody. Yeah. I just want to be introverted Grinch. If somebody saw my holidays from Thanksgiving to now, it would be a sad scene in a movie that somebody would think they wrote. Just if you did a time lapse of me just sitting around jerking off 3 times a day. 3 times a day.
That's your holiday.
I have mastered left hand mouse.
Oh, yeah.
Jerking off to the right, and I'm sitting there looking for the exact right porn.
And you never get it. We were talking about it
yesterday. How it's like,
you never find the exact.
How you go, this is the one. I'm going to finish to this one. And then you're just about ready and go, nah, there's a better one. and hours go by. Hours.
And then you end up coming as you rewind.
You come and you go like, why did I wait so long?
Did you ever come? Did you ever come and not feel anything? You waited too long. The feeling slowly leaked out over a half hour.
You're just mad that you spent so much time doing that.
Finding that perfect moment. You never find a perfect moment.
It's just.
But Patrice,
I wouldn't trade it in.
No.
Patrice, you do realize a lot of the stuff you're saying, most guys out there can relate to, and men, I'm sure some of the women as well.
We are creeps.
Holidays suck. They really do suck. The older you get,
People don't want to. People don't. I think death is starting to bother me.
That's a midlife crisis.
Yeah, you
feel every fucking pain in your body.
Like
now.
no, you know what? In my lifetime, I've never only can imagine Elvis as being the comparative. No one has cared about a death of anybody more than Michael Jackson in my life. In my lifetime.
That was a biggie.
JFK, Elvis, Michael Jackson, huge.
Yeah.
John Lennon. Nobody gives a fuck.
You got to throw
was a
Lennon.
biggie.
Lennon, but nobody cares. Nobody fucking gives a shit.
No, dude.
So you're just here and you're gone.
Once you accept that,
you're done.
once you accept that,
Just go
then
with
you're
it.
done.
Yeah.
Then you're done with it. Then it's just like, all right.
And
like
I'm more
anything
important than most people. People know my name, but there's a guy right now that's just nobody
At
gives
least,
a fuck.
at least you'll be on the internet.
For a little bit.
The internet's kind of giving everybody a little immortality for as long as that lasts.
And I want fucking to be burned.
You do?
I do not.
Alive?
No. Fucking cremated. Because I don't want to be anybody's oil. In the year 40 billion.
Oh.
You don't want to pump into
I don't want to
somebody's...
just be oil.
It's like, this is what my life came
That's
down
what
to.
fucking brontosaurus. Some brontosaurus is my fucking oil.
Yeah.
No. Burn me, motherfucker.
How's this?
I'm not in somebody's fucking flying car, nigga. Fuck you.
How's this? After you die, there will be thousands and thousands of beautiful days. Just beautiful days for other people to enjoy.
Shut up. It's horrible.
Look, there's a beautiful sun coming up here in New York City today, and there are millions and millions of people that are not going to see it today.
Fuck.
That's creepy.
Why don't we take a break?
That was my holiday. I appreciate it.
If we're going to continue with this, we better get some pot.
We'll talk about something.
We're going to have fun after the break. Because I just creep myself out.
We'll talk about this commerce officer that used to have a big dick.
Yeah, all right. We're gonna dumb it down.
Nigga.
Robin.
Big Mama Prod's in studio. Patrice O'Neal.
Oh, yeah.
And his girl tweeting like a motherfucker. Promoting the what? You got the wrong man. You got the wrong mic on.
Oh, Jimmy's mic.
You want that one?
It's the one I use.
Yeah.
All right, hold on, man.
That one will just be left there like the silent mic.
Can't be giving out fucking reports like that. You can't just say that out loud. Jesus Christ.
I'm saying it because
you got a gag order on your life. I can't. You just announcing.
I'm saying that she's promoting your ass. That's good.
There's all kind of evil people that don't know that shit.
All right, I won't say the name.
Really? Thank you. No,
I wasn't going to say the name.
Does it matter? One bitch is tweeting things. Like,
oh, shit.
Well, how about this? The big comedy special tomorrow on Comedy Central.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just hoping to be elevated. Not
Yes.
to the rarefied atmosphere, as said in Layer Cake, but just...
all I'm saying is everyone is helping promote.
Thank you.
All right, 10 o'clock tomorrow night on Comedy Central. Elephant in the Room, man. This special is great.
I had the pleasure of seeing this in advance. Ooh, in my theater.
You up? Really? You watched me in the Giant?
On an 11-foot screen, motherfucker.
I must apologize for my teeth. I really didn't. I didn't think I would get to a point where I thought I needed to fix my teeth, and it's just...
Why?
What's wrong with your teeth?
They're just... Like, because I said teeth, and I wanted to say teeth, but it's just not.
No, that fucking special is great. I had a tweet in the first 5 minutes. I was laughing my balls off. First 5 minutes. It's just strong, and it stays that way the whole fucking show. Funny shit. You're dealing out shit to people and they have no idea what to do. But it's fucking it's like endearing. Like you're pissing women off. You're pissing some bitches off in that audience. But the guys are howling, laughing, and the girls are laughing.
I've seen it. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna actually plug something.
Yeah.
Like plug. I've done a lot of shit. I never watch what I get. At some point, I get sick watching myself do something. I watch this because I was editing it. Also, I watch this every time, and I watch it as a fan of watching it. Then I got to step out and go, "Oh shit, that's me."
Yeah,
I'm on top of my game on this special.
Absolutely,
I feel like I am. I feel it's just the right amount of cutesy horse shit,
right?
And just the right amount of what I do. You know, I try to. You know, because it is Comedy Central. Yeah. And, but there's a girl named Joanne, I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but I think it's Grugioni. I think how you say you pronounce it. But she's been, as a executive, very, 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 I have to give her credit, man. Yeah. Because she hasn't been a douche. She's been very
and that's
pushing.
all they have to do is not be a douche. Isn't that fucked up?
Well, she hasn't been.
Don't be a douche.
She's been
great.
She's been very good about this because I think she's a fan. You know, she likes my comedy and she wants to see. Because we talk a lot and I trash a lot of comics to her and I trash a lot of people that Comedy Central push and so I'm like, what about this one? And if she thinks they're funny, she'll have that. We have a good rapport. She's not like acting like like a little punk. She's all right, man, and she don't let me scream at her and shit. And I like her. So what she did was I gave her the first draft of what I was gonna do, but I was doing it in the clubs and it was in Bananas, right? At
oh shit, Poughkeepsie.
At midnight. So I had to be funny and do the special, but I had to be funny in front of these fucking working class people in Poughkeepsie that they don't want to hear about my fucking I'm working out my special. Yeah. So I had to be really horrible. But Joanne fished through the shit and was like, "This is hilarious. So let's figure it out." And even the only thing that Standards and Practices did that bothered me is they let you say a lot of shit. So I didn't really you can't say fuck. You can't say pussy. But there's a lot of context, right? There was one thing, but they kind of fixed it where I was doing a bit about, going in, raw. Right. And they're like, well, they bleep raw. So I'm like, well, raw is,
this is pretty vague.
And they said, don't say stick it in. So I didn't say stick it in. You'll see me fucking seriously thinking sometimes in the special, or a little bobbling, because I'm getting ready to say, fucking ass cheeks.
Right.
And some I just can't change it. But, all in all, man, I'm proud of it. But, some fucking club owner in Houston, not club owner, but he's a cool guy, but I'm like, remember that ice storm that was recently?
Yeah, how was that ice storm in Houston?
Fucking cock, look at.
You flew at the worst time possible.
Well, these motherfuckers in Houston, here's what killed me. Houston shut down that weekend. Yeah. People came out to see me. I was very happy with Houston, man. But people came out to see me despite the fact that Houston shut down for the threat, the idea that 2 inches of snow was coming.
Right. Well, that's how it is down in
but
those places.
But it didn't fucking happen.
Right.
But the idea of it shut down
freaks out people.
Cabs, everything.
Sure.
So I'm sitting there, I called him the day before this ice storm. I called him and said, man, this is, trees would glisten. It looked like glass.
Yeah.
It looked like things were in glass.
Which means that shit's coming down on cars and power lines and people's heads.
I said, listen, can I reschedule? I said, my special. I said, listen, I thought it was an actual good. I go, my special was coming out, right? Let's reschedule for after. Then you probably get more people in the club.
Yeah.
He goes,
smart move.
He goes, nah.
Why a nah?
Specials mean nothing.
Because to him,
he didn't say that, did he?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
He actually said specials mean nothing.
Quote and quote. Quote, end quote.
See, that specials
mean nothing.
That's because too many guys are getting specials.
He said Chelsea. He says Chelsea Handler means more. I go, okay, that's great, but it just fucked my self-esteem up.
Yeah,
because it makes me go, how can I be excited about this fucking thing?
Yeah, but the problem is he's sort of right. Let me explain. There's a lot of guys getting specials that don't. I mean, I'll turn on Comedy Central. I'm not going to call out anybody. And you see somebody, you go, I'm going to check out this guy, and it sucks. The specials suck, but yours is way better than that. You're not in their league.
But unfortunately,
hold on. Unfortunately, this guy has lumped you in that whole fucking league. That's the problem.
Right. So, why wouldn't they, though? Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. So he's sort of right, unfortunately, as much as you want to get mad at him. But, I mean, with that said, this special is going to do very well for you and Comedy Central. The
beginning's cool. You look all badass in that slow motion shit.
There's a douche chill moment.
Motherfucker.
There's a douche chill moment in that fucking beginning.
Really?
Which I have to give my credit to my woman. She actually wrote the music.
Really?
Yeah, she did the music because they was asking me all kind of shit. What do you want? I said, fuck it. My girl writes music. Give it a shot.
She actually wrote the music. She didn't pick the song.
Any music that's on there, she wrote it.
She wrote it.
She produced it.
You are fucked if you break up.
Wait, more than wrote it. She composed, produced it. Whatever. Just her song.
She's a musician?
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Yeah, plays guitar and shit.
Man. That's pretty cool.
She works hard
because the song is the music's really good.
So what's the douche chill moment?
When I look up, my hat's down, and I look up like. Hey. It just made my stomach turn. But everybody vetoed me and said, "Oh, that's cool as shit."
Yeah,
but I'm like,
it plays good. For you to look at it, you can't step out of yourself and look at it.
But that's the only douche chill moment I had.
It looks pimp. You look fucking pimp on that. It's slow motion, and you got your fucking sharp hat on and shit. It works. It definitely works.
They did. And the thing is, I never wanted to do one of those do-it-yourselfers.
Yeah.
And some people do a do-it-yourselfer and it works out well. I think Little Kev did a do-it-yourselfer and it was big. And Cat Williams did a do-it-yourselfer. Mm-hmm. I don't know how many do-it-yourselfers work out.
Yeah.
But Comedy Central paid for this shit. So
makes it a little
I'm
easier.
hoping that they trying to get their investment back. You know what I'm saying?
No, it looks good. It's funny as fuck, man. Really funny. And I've seen you quite a few times in the clubs and stuff. And I mean, still, when you're telling a story. Right when you think you know where that fucker's going, you'll say 2 words that just take it in another hilarious direction. Like, it's not expected. No one expects you to say it. You say it, it's like, oh, fuck. You absolutely assumed you were going somewhere. You go somewhere else, and it's fucking hysterical.
Yeah.
Really good. Really good.
I was at the taping, too. The women were enjoying it as well.
Yeah.
They really were.
I've been doing this shit for years. There's ways where I can attack women and divide the audience.
I've seen you vicious. This one wasn't as vicious.
Only the material was vicious.
But not
my attitude. I put some cherry flavor in a little bit of it.
Right, you softened it up a little bit,
just a little bit,
so they could digest it.
But
absolutely,
this was stuff that you can't get by. Like women just don't like anything that has to do with cheating.
Right.
But you know what?
They don't want to hear it.
They didn't want to laugh, but you made them laugh. That's important. And they were fucking laughing that day, man. How much weight did you lose fucking doing the special? I saw you backstage, and you were drenched from the lights and the whole fucking thing. Plus, you had the hot jacket on.
Yeah, that wasn't too bad, though. I ended up...
Like, how do you guys deal with that? Do you fucking just have 2 outfits?
You have to always bring 2 outfits.
Yeah.
And then, you have those towels on stage, and I don't move much.
Do they use most of it from the first show, or do they mix and match?
No.
See, that's what people don't understand.
The show you was at?
Yeah.
There's a piece of it.
That's it. The second one was the one.
The second one was the one.
The first one was all right, man.
The first one was great. I wanted to use the first one.
Really?
Because it was a lot more of what I want to. Because I always like to put across that you don't have to be funny every second of your time on stage.
Exactly.
So it was a lot of good moments. A lot of good audience moments. But they put the second one is the prevalent one, and it's only one thing they use from the first.
Wow.
One. And then it's the whole second.
I remember we were all talking, you going, look, now go out there for the second show and just have fun because you nailed it.
I did a lot of cursing in the second show because I thought I had the first.
And now it turns out they didn't even use most of the first. That's unbelievable. This fucking thing's going to do well,
The first has some behind the scenes. I put some extras from the first show.
The extras on the DVD are hysterical, and you lay into that fucking chick in the
I'm surprised they let me put that.
Oh, is that great?
I put a boot in her stupidity. And that guy she was with
did she have to
tweeted me and says, dude, she's exactly how
You represented her?
Yeah.
Did you have to get her to sign something?
Everybody signed something.
That was on camera?
But it was so egregiously attacking her that
she didn't know what she was signing.
Well, you come in, they have the thing, this is a TV taping, but people who were kind of featured, they wanted to get the sign.
Yeah,
she almost didn't sign, but
she was shell-shocked.
Still could have used that whole thing.
Yeah.
Because you are the property of this thing when you come in.
Once you walk in, really, I guess they just do that for extra protection.
And she could have been on it. I actually was pushing for that part because it was just somehow I found her face. Everybody was having a good time, and she just had
that
ultra not having a good time face.
Right.
And so the kid she was with goes, I go, you guys together? Or and he goes, look at her. And I go, oh, okay. So the crowd went, ooh. He said it wrong. He should have been like, look at me.
Look at me,
thought
yeah.
He was trying to say she's so much better than him. And I was like, I think she got a funny shaped head. I thought you meant you.
Yeah.
You're a
That's
good
what it
looking
comes
kid.
off like.
And then we explain it, but then it's like he's trying to friend zone his way into some ass. And then I go off, but it's in the extras, man.
Yeah.
And they took care of me with the DVD. I'm looking at it for the first time.
Oh, really?
I envisioned it differently, but I'll take this.
Really?
Because usually comedy CDs are horse shit. It's wrapped. It's in that special. It's in a cardboard slide in, so the actual DVD.
A sleeve,
you have
right?
A sleeve. You have to slide it out. Then cut it.
It feels like a real DVD.
It's DVD-ish.
Yeah.
It is. They hooked me up.
You know what?
I still had a different thing. I wanted to move it in my face, and I do a dance.
little hologram on there or some shit.
I got the social networking DVD at home, and it's the same packaging. So they packaged it the right way.
I'm
properly.
very happy
goofy.
with
the picture.
Comedy Central. I'm very happy with the special. I'm very happy with the fucking people that did it. I'm excited. I just hope people, get a chance to watch it.
Well, tomorrow night at 10 o'clock on Comedy Central, we all got to tweet the hell out of this. Let's push this, man.
Yeah, definitely.
You should tweet during the special, maybe.
I probably won't watch it.
Oh, really?
I'll probably just I'll just sit around like in the fetal position, just like hoping I don't have to get on a plane to Albany.
You ever when you're on TV, you kind of pace around your apartment and just keep looking at the clock and go, okay, I'm on right this second. All right. Now it's 12:35. Okay, it's safe to watch TV again.
Yeah,
it's safe to watch TV. Huh?
And then you sit around, but it's happened to me.
You kind of just walk around like knowing you're on and a lot of eyes are watching you, and you just don't want to deal with that. And then it feels way better when you know you're finally off the TV.
I've never had a moment where like I don't know what to. I really want this thing to push
you forward.
But I've done a million things that after it's on, you go, okay, now
what?
Now what?
How does famous happen?
Yeah.
Now what happens? Somebody calls you and says you're famous.
Yeah, shouldn't the phone start ringing right about now?
When does famous happen?
Does it happen like right after? Or?
When do you realize that fame's not happening? Like 3 days later, and the phone's still not ringing.
When you're walking around and nobody says I saw you last night. When you go into Marshalls and no one gives a shit.
Will you walk around Sunday hoping that people like just go, well, Patrice.
I need a bodyguard to go to church. It's like no.
Are you gonna make believe you just have errands to do and just kind of get a feel?
I've seen it happen to Cat Williams.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
His special came on, and
boom.
Kaboom! I seen it happen to Ron White.
Really?
It's happening to Whitney Cummings.
Are those Comedy Central specials though?
The biggest Comedy Central buzz I've ever heard.
Yeah, thank you. That's what I was going to ask.
Was
who got pushed way forward because of a Comedy Central special?
I would say Joe Coy.
Okay.
I would say Mike Birbiglia's special pushed him forward.
Okay.
I don't know about Billy. Billy's kind of like me in a sense. I think Billy has a lot more followers, I think, but I think Billy has a body of work. So he's in there. But I don't know if Billy had a pop special. I'm not sure. Charlie Murphy had one.
Charlie
Murphy's popped on Dave Chappelle, and then he popped in the special. But Joe Coy, if you say somebody that went from
You
0
said
to
it.
60
You said it pushed forward.
is Joe Coy, I think,
Coy.
and then Mike Birbiglia got a following.
All right, so you're going to be the next one. This has to work for you, man.
Look at the watch.
Yeah,
When does
I'm
it
serious,
happen?
dude. I'm really.
This has to happen for you because
And I'm never like that.
you had to come out of retirement a mere 3 weeks into it. I was talking to Patrice the other day. I was in a cab. I said, I fucking got to catch up with Patrice. It's like, Dad, dude, I'm out of retirement. I'm like, how can you be out of retirement? You've been in it for 3 weeks.
He miscalculated.
I miscalculated.
miscalculate
I
after
thought I had
3
enough
weeks?
money to quit for the rest of my life.
And you figured out after 3 weeks you don't. Most people figure that out.
A couple of years of sailing around the world. You're like,
and you go, oh,
think
fuck,
I
I just ran out of my money.
I miscalculated my retirement package.
3 weeks of sitting at
You didn't
home.
even get to sail or nothing. What did you do in retirement, by the way?
Oh.
You were officially retired, so what'd you do? Some people take up golf, like Ann said, some sail the fucking world or the Caribbean. Did you take a road trip? What'd you do?
Can I
with your
please
retirement?
apologize to anybody who works a slave driving type of job where,
Oh, shit.
where I'm serious, anybody who works a job where they cannot be depressed and take off enough time to get their fucking spirit back.
One of those jobs you take one day off and your whole life falls apart because you're like, oh, fuck, I can't pay for
worked
anything
through
now.
what I felt.
Right.
I just was tired of living for 4 months, dude. I'm telling you. And I took that time off, and I ate a lot better because I wasn't on the road.
Right.
So I just was drinking fruit juice vegetable juice and eating good food and cooking and chilling out, watching my ceiling fan, playing with my iPad, playing Angry Birds, getting 3 stars on Angry Birds, every level, motherfucker.
I'm in that club, brother.
Boom, just playing and just
And imagine having to go through that, but you have to go to a job. You have to go to work.
So if I ever disrespected anybody who works, because I was really shut in, closed the door, me and my dogs depressed. Just because dogs, you just they just are what you are. So I slept all day, they slept all day. And
Really?
feed them out of a can with a spoon.
You're eating out of a can with a spoon.
If you saw me on Christmas, my mother came up, thank God. But if you saw me on Christmas and they filmed me on Christmas, you would have cried for me.
What happened?
I'm telling you, it was like a scene maybe from Taxi Driver.
Really?
I'm fucking just
Paint the picture, brother.
a goddamn orange, empty. Okay, where you buy, there's certain kind of juice that when you open it, you have to take a little plastic piece off and flip it. They were all over the ground. just these round things that you take off of orange juice
rings,
juice top rings all over the fucking ground. Sneakers on the couch, the shade open. All day, all night, the shade is open. Didn't take the dogs out. They just went on my balcony, and they were shitting all over the balcony. It took me a minute to fucking clean that up. A couple of snowstorms later, I finally got to clean my balcony. My girl cleaned my house one day, and she goes, "How did piss get behind the toilet?" Like behind the toilet. I go, I don't know. I just would get up sad and I was just feeling sorry for him. I was peeing on the wall, I guess.
Like,
I would pee until I heard water.
that middle of the night pee.
Yeah, and when I heard water, I peed. I just went in there. It was, didn't change the sheets. I'm telling you, Houston, I came out of retirement in Houston. Saturday, the people got the best show, but I never try to give a bad show. But Saturday, I felt good. I actually go, okay, I could do comedy again.
Yeah.
But I think it was all anxiety. It was sadness. It was a lot of feeling sorry for myself. But I started going, man, I had to come to the conclusion I'm depressed. I was like, I'm depressed.
Yeah, obviously
I'm fucking a mess.
Being depressed.
Diabetic. My hair, I was walking down the stairs, and, I used to run downstairs. Like, to be in fear. It sucks. Like I'm tipping toe down the stairs going, oh, oopsie. Oh, boy. Oh, if I fall.
Shit.
Something's going to happen bad. So I'm walking down the stairs like an old bitch. I need the fucking life alert bracelet shit. Because I'm fucking just.
What the fuck?
I'm telling you, I just got depressed, man. I just got horribly sad.
But you know where it came from.
It just it came from
because some people it just comes out of nowhere and they're like and they got to go through therapy to find out where it is.
After I did my
have a line on where it was.
After my special, I just didn't. I was like, okay, I'm done. I tell you what it is. I start thinking about the past, and I've done a Showtime special. I've done countless TV shows, a few movies, HBO, which was the biggie, a half-hour HBO, still to this day. I mean, no offense to Comedy Central, but if you talk to any comic, the cachet of doing an HBO,
that's the
1 hour or a half hour,
goal, right.
it just is what it is. I mean, you can't, you know, let's be honest,
that's
you know,
goal.
but no offense to Comedy Central, but it is what it is. And I did a Comedy Central special. Countless little 5 minutes on this show and that. And I've never been able to really close out some material. So it's always like it closes out for me, but I never, I started, you know what it was? I started, the depression came from, I started having a talk with God. Like, what am I going to, give me a fucking break, guy.
Oh, shit.
Like, for real, like, I need a break. Because, for real, I was listening to this Brooke Shields interview last night. I was listening to two things last night. I always, you know, on the iPad, some shit we was talking about, some racial shit we was talking about. And then Brooke Shields, he's just understanding me. I said, why is this bitch saying this shit? She don't know me.
Right,
we met on the motherfucking show.
You talked for an hour. A total of an hour.
Like, she's like, yes, he's destructive. But that's why my shit's fucked up. Because Brooke sized me the fuck up as my own worst enemy. Like,
and she really feels like she knows you. Even though she hasn't spent a lot of time with you.
And this is not trashing her because I like the lady. Because she doesn't get to know. That's the fucking phoniness of Hollywood. And when I'm acting like an asshole, I'm trying to keep me from being an ass. I'm hiding.
You're hiding.
But she kept pressing. Right? So people are sitting around like it's a goddamn Indian storytelling time, right? When this is what she's talking about the first 5 days I'm on set. And everybody's like, oh my goodness, Brooke, I'm doing the pepper lemon cleanse. And people are like, you know, the pepper lemon. I heard. And I'm sitting in the corner going, this horse shit in my head. Looking like a fat ogre, right? But an angry Shrek, not a nice Shrek.
But you're trying to keep it together because you know if you say anything, it's not going to be good for you or your career.
So, but she read the energy. See, what she was right about was my energy of distance, right?
Right.
Which ultimately is destruction.
You're not going to jump in and be like, so the lemon.
Yeah, it's just I'll end up making myself look bad. But she ends up pressing and finally going, I'm sure Patrice is very interested in this. So I go, okay. Everybody's around, directors. I go, yes, Brooke, I've been interested in your shits since Suddenly Susan.
So you couldn't help yourself. How is that going to help your career?
But that is what that turned her.
Right.
Then we're best friends. And all the people are like, he's an asshole. Can't say it no more.
Yeah.
But that's Hollywood. That's why I was mad at this whole Mel Gibson off of what's called 2.
Yeah, the movie he was supposed to do and they threw him off.
Hangover 2.
Hangover 2.
Because I know Hollywood. People in Hollywood don't make their own decisions. No camera guy and grip girl makes a decision to stand up to Mel Gibson unless someone gives them, you know, a power to do so.
Right.
So ultimately, to go back to the original story I'm telling, it's like, look, I just have expectations for this, and I guess my depression was, what am I going to do after comedy? What has comedy taught me that I could do something else other than comedy? If this doesn't help, if this doesn't help, I'm like, what can I?
But that's the great mystery.
It's not a mystery. But that's what we talked about. It's radio. If these fucking guys would wake up, Patrice would be a great radio host.
I'm tired of the grind.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you know what it is? I feel like sometimes, and I'm not boo-hooing, but listen, I chose what I chose. You chose what you chose, people.
Yeah.
So if anybody's out there that's breaking a knuckle and they go, what the fuck is he talking? It's like, hey, man, I chose what I chose. So you can be sad if you want to. And I know I never feel sorry for myself, but I like to close out material. That's it. it's like, you know, like during my my Comedy Central special, I was doing all of that 9/11 shit, really good 9/11 shit, and I was doing the Pepsi Cola Rapist at that time,
Right.
which was one of my biggies. So I was like,
one.
damn, I would have loved to just each level get to ride a wave of popularity based on some shit that I did. But I never got to do that. So I'm thinking if this, in proper form, if this just goes, yay, it's out and, you know, whatever, I can't take getting on a plane again.
Oh, God.
My feet swelling
so you're
up.
Starting to think about
I'm in a fucking hotel, and then you go out and your audience isn't there. Because right now I'm very viable in about 7 cities. And I get the same people. So it's pressure. Another thing that's pressure on me is that I put myself in a position to have to always have some new shit.
Yeah,
a little bit of
same
not
people
new,
showing up.
Right, and I'm not like, you know, I do audience work and all that shit.
Yep.
So I have to have some energy, man. So it's like about 7 cities, they really take care of me. But then you go to a place and it's, you know, I said Albany, nothing against Albany, but I went there and it was 5 people in the audience at one point. I'm like, what the fuck?
But you don't think, let's say, you know, you pop to the next level. You don't think there's a grind there that is exactly the same as this one, only different?
Welcome to the layer cake, son.
Yeah, exactly.
Not the rarefied atmosphere, but I would take a little less shit.
Yeah, but
a little less shit.
If the grind means performing in front of a lot more people, then it makes it a little more bearable.
It makes it better because
if you're walking into arenas like Dane Cook has been doing the last few years, it makes it a little easier.
You don't think he sits
grind.
there and goes like, motherfucker?
Oh, I'm sure. No matter what you do, there's a grind to it. But if all of a sudden you're getting off a fucking private plane and you're getting in a car and jumping right to the arena and there's 15,000 people, it makes it a little easier than some of these clubs that you think you're doing well in and there's no one there, like you said about Albany.
And I mean, I'm not an average guy though. I'm not like some guy that's chasing glory. I just want to be able to walk anywhere. And because I
just want a little push forward.
I'm thinking to myself, here's what it is. It's like, how can anybody not know me who follows comedy? But I looked at the thing where Norton got to Jesse Ventura when he was blasting Jesse Ventura.
Yeah.
900,000 people saw that video. 800,000 was like, who's this little asshole talking to Jesse?
They still think it's either me or Ant.
They don't know. They didn't know Norton.
No.
So I'm sitting there going, there's 800,000 motherfuckers going, fuck this little piece of shit. Who is he?
I'm glad you brought that up because that amazes me too. With everything that Jimmy's done with his career and that video, they hate Jimmy. You know the fucking conspiracy guys.
Trash Jimmy
and the Jesse fans, but they think it's me. They think it's Anthony. And then some will go, who is this little bald fuck? I mean, it's brutal, actually.
There's 800,000 people at one pop that doesn't know Jim Norton that follows comedy.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing, actually. Yeah, it is.
So that's all the shit you think of.
But if this special is good, you're going to be cursed because then it's going to force you to get back on the road.
Yeah, but
people are going to want to like see the guy from the special now.
Well, here's what I'm hoping it does. Just brings those people out. Brings
a little more?
My people, though. Like, but I think I'm realizing, you know, my people don't pay. My people have kids, and they can't afford babysitters and $10 drinks. My people, and the biggest comics in the world all have a people. Like, if you look at any comic who's a big time seller, except for like Seinfeld, because he's Seinfeld,
right?
He doesn't just have all Jews come to see him.
No.
But I'm sure a lot of Jews come to see him. But Larry the Cable Guy, 60,000 rednecks. Ron White, 60,000 older rednecks. Little Kev, all black people. Joe Coy, all Koreans who want to laugh, and Russell Peters, all Asians, like all Asians, Indian, you know, China, everybody goes to see Russell Peters. The biggest comics, and Dane Cook had all college-y young white kids. So I'm like, well, who the fuck am I going for? Fucking who's the people that's gonna go? This Patrice is the guy, and this girl at Comedy Central goes, I think men. I go, yeah, but you'll never let that happen. You'll never let men galvanize to be an audience. But I'm not just for men. I'm for men with their women.
Right.
You know, so couples, I'm a couples guy. I don't think that even fucking. What does that do?
You're not gonna get the couples. You're not gonna get the couples. I mean,
first dates.
I was at the taping and Ann saw it. We got to slow down a little bit. I mean, the women enjoyed it, but that's gonna be a tough sell long term.
So
I think you're sort of cursed because you have the O&A crowd, which is a great comedy crowd, but then you also have the black crowd, which is a great.
You have a really diverse audience.
So it's a little.
And black people are just finding out about me, by the way, in the last 4 years.
Yeah, what the fuck is that about?
What is that?
I because it's like, I'm fair. So,
okay.
people like to be, it's like, little Kev is funny. Kev is funny, but it's so definitively black, but not blacker than Cat. Mm-hmm. Kevin is filling a void right now.
But you get the black.
But Cat was, niggas, man.
Yeah.
I have to say, Cat was... Now, Chris Rock has a very interesting audience, man. Chris Rock has everybody.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And a lot of black people. But see, Chris Rock snuck into black later, too. He was a mixed guy.
Yeah.
And then he got black. He got black in 98.
Yeah.
When he said, I ain't afraid of black people, I'm afraid of niggas.
Just
when he did that,
pushed him
he
forward.
That was it.
Hey, what kind of black people you got?
Chris Rocky. I got fair black people, man. Fair.
But you don't got some of those.
If I say Obama's, go ahead. Sorry.
That's all right. Go ahead.
Go ahead. You hit your arm, motherfucker. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's fine.
I'll be forgetting.
No, I was just black audiences, and Chris Rock sort of has kind of the I can't describe it like a safer black audience. How would you?
No, he has retired gangsters.
Yeah,
he has.
So what is
black people that? I think. Look. I had to get.
I didn't know there were levels of black audiences.
Look, when I first came to New York, I would go to Brooklyn and Queens and just get yelled at because I would be.
You weren't black enough.
But I was black enough. I wasn't black enough for. It's drones though. They get used to a rhythm.
They just want to hear, white man crazy, that shit. But
and I'll say white people are crazy, but I'll say it like let's talk about for real. White people are crazy.
Yeah.
But it's like white people phones work, and black people, white people when they move, and it's funny. Look, black people when they move. Like here's a classic that you've heard. I've heard 6 motherfuckers say. Black people, when white people move, they move in the daytime with a truck. When they go on vacation.
Oh, vacation.
White people go on vacation and go, goodbye, everybody, I'm going on vacation. But here's the key to my house and feed my fish or whatever. Billy, what's up, Billy?
Hey, Bill.
Come on, guys.
Bill Burr, what's up, bro?
How are you?
There he is.
And this is an expert on nigger rooms right here. Bill got more nigger room experience than I do. Like straight gangster room like that.
Yeah.
So, but it'll go be like, when black people move out, we got to move. When we vacation. When we got a vacation, we got to leave at 12 midnight. So motherfucker don't see us leaving. Which is, it's fine, but it's a rhythm. It's a way to be. And black people, another thing white people do that's interesting is they have their favorite jokes too.
Right.
Like you didn't do the one about the black people. If they see you last week and you say the same shit last week that you said this week, nigga.
Yeah, what the fuck, you lazy bastard.
Motherfucker.
Write something new.
Say some new shit, nigga.
Really?
Like, it's like the idea of art and bombing, and it's just not there.
Yeah.
But there was a few guys that were experts at it. I'm going to tell you who's great. The greatest black room comic I've ever seen, too. Mike Epps and fucking Tracy Morgan.
Yeah.
The two greatest black room performers in the history of the planet that I've ever seen live.
Wow.
Amazing. But I'm getting them now because I did Def Jam. I did a little of this. They're coming now, and it's a very specific. But I just don't like people yelling at me.
How hilarious is that coming out of his mouth?
Yeah. I don't like.
I like people waiting their turn to talk.
Yeah, Like, I don't wanna fucking, like, not while I'm working some shit out. Like, you just sit there. White people will sit there and take it.
And check it out.
Yeah.
Listen, we got to cut this short because we got an extremely busy day. But we want to make sure people watch Patrice's special tomorrow. 10 o'clock at Comedy Central. It's going to be awesome.
I want to plug this some more.
Yeah, no, we're gonna plug it all morning. Don't worry. Bill Burr joining the program.
I want to plug this strange plastic in the middle. My shit's not hard enough to open. I don't like it.
Yeah, it should be really
It's pretty hard to open. No,
you should need something besides your fingers. You need keys.
I need a razor blade.
Yeah.
You know, this shit is. What is this cheap plastic they use? This is recycled, motherfucker.
Oh, and Patrice is on Fallon tonight. Very cool. Jimmy Fallon tonight.
Right.
Patrice O'Neill will be on there. No, we got to take a break because Triple H is going to be here in like 15 minutes. Then we got William H. Macy and Bill Burr just arrived, so we want to reset a little bit.
This was February, motherfucker. You niggas don't care about shit.
We care.
This was.
We're overbooked today for some reason. We got way too many people coming in.
A lot of white guys here today.
So, but Comedy Central tomorrow night, 10 o'clock.
Two bills.
What's the name of the special, Patrice?
It's Elephant in the Room, and not because of my weight.
No, that's what.
I wanted to call it 800-pound gorilla, but I didn't think anybody'd be able to
Separate.
focus. They want to focus.
Yeah.
The Opie and Anthony Podcast.
ABC, I'm looking at a story without a trace. I heard a teaser for it. It's cruise passengers lost at sea.
Yeah.
Apparently, that guy that they found that blood streak and he was missing and they still haven't solved it.
His wife.
From a while back, you think it was a wife and a couple of Russian guys.
They cleared her, though, man.
Yeah, there's a couple of Russian guys involved, and there was drinking and some gambling, and I don't know. Things just happen, and no one knows what it is. So now they're trying to figure out a way to keep people from missing. But apparently, he's not the only guy. Like, this now is a news story where they're scaring people. I want to know how many fucking people.
Have you ever been on a cruise ship?
Oh, I love it.
Dude, how can you not ever not be missing? If you
Right.
ever walked on the edge of that platform and just, like, said, you know what? Let me just jump. Like, it's just like you just feel that. I think we talk about this, just that you feel the mermaid or whatever.
It's
you know
the
what that
fucking
is.
sirens.
That siren. And I
calling
heard it.
you.
I wanted to jump off because the sea is so dominant over your life at that moment. And you just want to just go in there and do the Titanic sink just to see what the abyss is all about. And these it's easy to be missing on these boats.
Yeah,
man.
but you think it's suicide? You think it's people jumping?
I think I'm a strong-minded person because I get a lot of thoughts in my head that I control without medicine. You know what I'm saying? I could control violence.
Thank God.
I could control.
Thank God.
Suicide. Those thoughts creep in when you're just sitting around like, what the fuck is life all about? Let me just smash my face into a bus, right? Just, or kill a motherfucker just to see.
Right.
Just to see. But I have a natural medicine, that I can muster up in my whole body. So, but when I was on the ship, I was standing on the edge. I was doing something, I think, for Comedy Central or something. I was just standing on the end of that boat, and the darkness and the water swishing, and I know what those sailors back in
the
01, the Christopher Columbus motherfuckers killed themselves. There's something calling you to jump in and kill yourself.
Especially back then when there was no, tuxedo night at the
that's why they
at the
have
dining
that stuff
room
to take
and
your
stuff.
mind off of killing yourself.
Is that what all the good stuff, the casino, the shows, the stop at the port so you could go to the beach and see some land? Because if they just leave you out there long enough without any distractions, everyone's jumping overboard.
Paranoia. I know there's some maritime documents somewhere. From
some
1601.
oldie time written with a quill, like on brown curled up paper somewhere.
Like in the movie The Thing, when they find the Russian ship that
Right.
all the Russians fought the monster, and there's the one last survivor who has a tape, and he's like, "Listen, don't!" And they have things like that from when people used to do all those. That there's something calling me into the water.
Into
and
the
people,
water.
and it's true, man. I wanted to. It's the weirdest thing.
And that's where these missing people on the cruise ships are.
And we got to
Jumping in.
We got to get the audio because I was just watching it. They just showed a montage of guys that are missing. A whole freaking montage, one after another. Let's go to Jason in Maryland. Jason, what's up?
Not too much. What's up with you guys this morning?
We're all over the place.
Hanging.
We got lots to do.
obviously. The reason I was calling is you guys were talking about the missing guy on that cruise ship with that blood stain and the Russian mafia and all that shit.
Uh-huh.
I was on that ship. That guy did not commit suicide. That's for goddamn sure.
How do you know? Were you hanging out with him at the buffet?
No, I wasn't hanging out with him at the buffet, but I saw the blood, and I'm telling you, from the height where that guy's room was to that blood stain, there's no way just falling could create that amount of blood.
I was on the same ship before it went over to the Mediterranean.
Oh, yeah?
This guy was? Yeah, they were talking about how the ship was going from the Caribbean, where I was, and that it was going to be dry docked, refitted with some shit, and then they were going to send it over to the Mediterranean, and that's the cruise that the guy died on. So I know what it looks like off of those upper balconies, and there's no way to jump to the water from up there. You're hitting that overhang that hangs over the lifeboats.
Exactly.
And that seems to be where that big blood smear came from.
Yep.
He might have jumped, but I think there's too many things that going on. Those Russian guys.
And they were everywhere.
That seems to be a little sketchy there. 2 Russian guys, the woman, the casino, kind of an argument.
They're not
yelling,
solve this one.
Yelling, and then shit in the room was yelling. She goes to sleep. He disappears. I don't know. You think he jumped, though, Patrice? I don't know.
Nah. There's some foul play. Definitely some foul play.
They ought to put something on those ships where you can detect when someone goes in the water. What the fuck?
God,
get some night vision in the water. And
you're done if you fall in that ocean in the middle of that damn Atlantic or Pacific, wherever you are. It's just once you're in there,
done.
It's been a pleasure.
There is such nothingness out there that I couldn't imagine if you don't die the second you hit that water. Could you imagine bobbing up and down and watching that huge ship just pull away from you? And the darkness and the utter quiet. Like, you'd hear that ship go away. And then you just... And it is so completely dark.
And you don't even hear that, what's that buoy bell?
No. Ding, ding.
In the distance, no, you don't.
A couple of seagull, nothing.
Because
they
have nowhere to land out there.
Even with the motor going.
Do you cry? Like, as you're floating there, do you just...
I think the fear just kills you.
Just to take a deep breath.
I don't know.
The fear just kills you.
It depends on if you could try to commit suicide or if you fell off. You fell off, you are so fucked now. You're like, oh no.
Man. And there's no help. And that horse shit you see on Love Boat where somebody falls off and there's a lifesaver flying.
Yeah,
right.
Julie, the cruise director, throws your fucking life preserver.
Man overboard. There's no fucking
happening.
man. If I jumped over when the sirens were calling me on that ship, it would have just been a plunk. That nobody except for somebody that was thinking about killing himself too.
Yeah.
Saw me jump.
Well, look at that.
Shit, somebody.
I ain't doing this shit.
Yeah. This motherfucker jumped off the boat.
If you meant to kill yourself, you still got your crazy head on, so you're probably going to just try to drown, whatever. If you fell overboard, I think the first thing that goes through your head is, what time is it? Who knows? Like, in a split second, what time is it? Who knows I'm missing? How long is it going to take for people to think? As that thing is just going away, you're probably thinking, how long is it going to be before they realize I'm missing and turn this thing around?
And they're not going to turn that cruise ship around for you.
No.
That is collateral damage.
They'll just call the Coast Guard. Well, our fuel supply just lets us get into
we got a tight schedule. Fuck.
And you got to find them in the ocean.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
And you got to get coordinates of where you might be.
Done.
And then when you floated, because all of
they should hand out little GPS badges to everybody in that case.
Now that's an idea.
So there's an idea.
Little GPS.
We got the audio of the story here.
You know, once you board a cruise ship, you really are in the hands of the cruise ship company. But if something goes wrong, what happens? Who's responsible? Well, that is the subject of that special hearing on Capitol Hill this afternoon.
I can't talk.
And it comes just days after another cruise ship passenger has disappeared. When Royal Caribbean's Jewel of the Seas returned to Florida on Sunday, it had one less passenger than when it departed. A Canadian, 59-year-old Jill Begora, was last seen by her husband on Saturday morning as the ship approached the port of Nassau in the Bahamas. A search by a U.S. Coast Guard ship and the Bahamian Navy found no trace of her. Her family just wants to know what happened.
it's just too much to comprehend, I hope everything's all right, but you know how those things are sometimes.
You hope everything's all right. Are you insane?
You're hoping everything, like she's gonna turn up. Oh, I was just taking a swim.
Yeah,
I like swimming.
Then you just ask a question like, what's the percentage of when people are missing on these boats? What's the percentage that you find them
that
alive?
actually come back and
0.0001. They might have found one.
Can you please find them? And the
some
one
guy
guy
lost in the place where they keep like the vegetables, way in the hold, somewhere in the bilge.
It's Tom Hanks.
Yeah. I was looking for the pool deck.
No,
and I ended up down here where the fucking
some ass that forgot to take his medicine ends up in a meat locker somewhere.
Somewhere locked in a meat locker. They never find you.
That chick, man, that was probably a bad marriage, and the guy figured out a way to get out of it.
Oh, you think? Because that's probably it. Either you're killing yourself or someone is killing you. There's got to be people that plan it out and go, look, we'll be on a cruise ship.
Yeah, a slight push, and I'm good.
Drink, maybe slip her a little Mickey, and then give her the heave-ho. They'll never find her to do toxicology.
What goes through your mind to give your loved one, because there was a time you loved this person, what goes through your head as you're giving her the heave-ho?
Not even the heave-ho. What goes through your mind when because you're already committed at the heave-ho.
Right.
What goes through your mind when you're like, honey, we're going on a cruise.
Right.
Like, and you hold the tickets up knowing I'm going to kill this fucking bitch.
The ticket wave.
Yeah, the ticket wave. You got both of them in your hand. You're waving them like a fan. Baby, we're going on a cruise.
And you know it's going to end with a heave-ho.
The heave-ho is somewhere in that
heave-ho.
itinerary.
Do you talk
We got Nassau,
right?
All right, and then we're going to St. Martin,
right?
And then heave-ho,
right?
And
between Miami and Nassau, I'm doing the heave-ho.
Heave-ho.
And do you make sure she wears a special outfit so you can hold on to the outfit better to give,
give
yourself some leverage?
I think nude. I think you got to plan where your room is. You want your room at the back of the ship, right?
Buy the bitch a rock coat from Jamaica. This the new rock coat, man.
It's made of stone.
It's made of stone. Zip the rock coat and throw overboard. Here, throw this rock coat on, man.
You want to buy a beautiful rock coat? We'll braid her hair with some big stones.
It's a big stone, man. Yo, get the.
Did you get her the stone flip-flops too, man? Some fucking Jamaican knows the deal.
Here's
the rock coat.
Here's a song that's playing as you're...
Ooh, I found a friend. What goes through your mind? Oh, no. And then reality sinks in and it's over.
That's the boat sailing away.
The boat's sailing away. That's the last thing you hear from civilization is fucking feeling hot.
Oh, that whole ocean will be green from my yellow piss and that blue water.
Done.
I just would die.
All right, here we go. Here's more audio of passengers disappearing.
It is estimated that about a dozen people have disappeared on cruises in the last 2 years.
A dozen?
Legally, it is a murky area because the ships fly foreign flags. And so this afternoon, Congress will convene a special hearing into crimes and disappearances aboard cruise ships.
The bottom line is that we are suspicious, candidly, that there's some huge problems in the cruise line industry. And we think that people are not aware of some of the challenges and some of the potential problems they may encounter.
It's not a huge problem for the cruise industry. There are people out there that have figured out how to off a
loved one,
a
problem person. Yeah, like I said, you got to be on the back of the boat, one of the lower balconies, so that way no one, is going to see the body floating by once they're off the back of the boat.
Nobody's going to anyway. You said you've been on a cruise.
Oh yeah.
You've been on a cruise, Opie?
Oh yeah.
There's no place anywhere in the boat that you can't die and somebody will see you. You don't need a special plan for this. You just toss them off anywhere by the boat, anywhere, fall in. There's nobody to hear you. It's a giant mall. That's what the fuck.
Yeah.
It's not even something you enjoy to see. It's not even the ocean.
And you were doing late at night while everyone else is pretty much back in their
Snoozing
rooms. And
3 in the morning. Whereas when this guy disappeared, by the way.
Quick, easy murder of your wife on the boat. Ready?
Right.
This is so romantic. Look at the stars. We don't get to see those kind of stars in New York, do we, sweetie? Oh, my God, all the building light. Look at, wow, I think that one's Jupiter. Come here, bitch.
Let's go to Peter. Peter!
Yeah.
What's up, Peter?
So the real question I have is, if you're taking a cruise out to Nassau, do you throw her off the boat before or after you get there?
Well, if you want to enjoy the beach, I would say after, because it's hard to throw her off and look convincingly sad if you're then on the beach hanging with some chicks and an umbrella drink.
Right.
I just lost my wife. I can't find her, but I paid for the fucking cruise. Right. I might as well have a dirty banana.
Might as well enjoy it.
You know, I'm going to have a few rum drinks and
some pina coladas for everybody.
Get my hair braided.
Like a rum swizzle right after throwing the bitch overboard.
All right, I'm buying.
The fucking
I'm
rock
trying
coat
to figure out what you do.
killing me, Patrice.
Get your rock coat.
Get your rock coat, man.
And these goofy motherfuckers are buying.
Oh, a rock coat.
Wow.
That rock coat is great.
We got a guy in the Coast
Made of
Guard.
rock, you know.
Bill, what's up?
Good morning, guys.
Hey.
My last duty station was in Sandy Hook, New Jersey. There, our area of responsibility was Lower New York Harbor, and we were out looking for a guy that fell off a Russian freighter. Tell you, man, there's no fucking way you're going to find somebody out there if they don't have a strobe light or anything with them.
Yeah.
Plus, we used to do live man overboard drills. We used to actually jump off the boat at nighttime with our strobe lights.
Wow.
You want to talk about fucking scary?
And this is a training drill where they know you're jumping. They're looking for you. You have a strobe.
And they still can't find you because the waves are bobbing up and down.
Yeah, all of a sudden that
you lose
strobe
sight of them.
disappears and then comes back because he's bobbing in the waves.
What's the official can't find him time? Like, what's the official we did what we could time?
Yeah.
You just fucking look for him. You just look for him until they tell you to stop.
You kidding me? These Coast Guard guys, they just make one big circle and like look at their watches.
Nah,
I guess
this
we could
guy's
go back
gone.
to base.
And what's your call? Like, yo.
Yeah. All right, wrap it up.
You there? Hello.
I bet they're a little more tactful. I bet it's like,
Bravo, we're running a little low on fuel. We're going to be bringing it back. Yeah. No, I don't know. It's burning like crazy, the fuel. I think we got a problem because the gate says a half a tank, but I'm sure we have less. We're going back. This motherfucker is so drowned. The mic is still keyed. Sorry.
How could you can't. It's just, who you fooling. It is what it is. You can't be mad about it. It's the ocean. It's unbelievable, man.
Yeah.
It's just so dark. And how deep is the deepest part of the Atlantic? What, 1,000 feet or something like
1,000.
that? A mile
You're
deep?
Talking.
After 10 feet, who cares?
All right, well, that sucked. Thanks for listening to the Opie and Anthony podcast. To hear the Opie and Anthony show 5 days a week live on satellite radio, online on your phone or tablet, or even on demand, go to SiriusXM.com. Also, interact with the Opie and Anthony show on Twitter, at Opie Radio, at Anthony Cumia, and at Jim Norton.
On the next American War Stories. Battleground, Iraq. Robert Kelly deploys and within an instant realizes no man can prepare for war.
We thought we were going to starve, so we brought little bars and stuff but there's going to be no food. There was more. I gained 30 pounds in Iraq. You go to the buffet, there's Chinese food, mac and cheese, barbecue, pizza, ice cream. You could walk up to this ice cream and get as many ice cream bars and sundaes as you wanted.
But no matter how rich the rewards, every American soldier has to experience loss.
I was over there. I had 2 milkshakes. One of the Marines goes, "You gonna have both of those, fatty?" So I gave him one, and then my other one fell. I had to go back and get 2 more.
So tune in as we chronicle the victories